you have created a Rube Goldberg machine by which Joe Biden gets out of this primary race and is not the nominee, and it doesn't involve, him choking on a pretzel or whatever. But what sad old reference, but what do you I am surprised. I was surprised when Elbaum said this. I'm still a little surprised, but it's true that, look, we got this old ass injured racehorse. Does he have one more race in him? No, probably not. He dies on mid track. It's very sad, and the movie ends. What, like, what are your thoughts in terms of, like, 2024 is an election year? It's going to be wild. What could happen? What do you hope happens? Who could enter this race? Can we conscript Sean Fain of the UAW?
So first of all, I am not one of those that was particularly worried about Biden's age.
Sure.
And part of that is because no one seems to be worried about Trump's age, which I have just found quite interesting, because it's not like Trump is 35. So what Max and I were basically saying is that his Biden's stand on the Gaza genocide has completely undermined him and undermined his campaign. So we do think he should declare that he's not going to run for re-election. And what that probably would end up meaning is that this goes to the Democratic Party convention this summer. And people roll out of that campaign, out of that convention, determined to win. I do not think that anything for 2024 is settled. And I'm not really even focusing right now on how people are reacting at this moment. Because, see, here's the problem. We are facing a horrendous choice, right?
Yeah.
Right. That we have this MAGA movement, which has Trump as its leader right at the moment. And they are making it very clear what they intend to do if elected. Now, there are people that I've spoken with and heard who have said, well, I'm just not going to vote for a Biden or a Democrat. We'll wait 4 years, which begs the question, do you think that we really will have 4 years? I mean, have you listened to what Trump has said? Have you listened to what the Heritage Foundation has said? Have you listened to what the ALEC has said, right? Any of these things. And so in November, people will have to make a very cold decision. Now, some people will go in the direction that the Communist Party of Germany did in 1932, when they declared as their leading slogan, "After Hitler, us," meaning that they believed that Hitler was going to discredit himself and that people would repudiate Hitler and then turn to the left. History did not work out that way.
Oh boy. God. Leftists we're such like weird 7D chess gamesmen where we're like, no, because then what happens is we did that, like, no, buddy, like, you just do step one.
Precisely. And there's people that believe that. So I think the thing is that
after
we'll see
Trump again, AOC, after that kind of thing.
Exactly. I think we'll see. I think right now we've got to hammer the administration around Gaza, hammer them. I think we need to discourage Biden from seeking a re-election, and then we can settle the rest of this out. I don't think right now that spending time thinking about who the ideal candidate is or whether it's too late to get into primaries. The hell with that.
Right.
Main thing is that at some point he says no. Now, I think that there's enough circumstantial evidence to conclude that there are folks in the Democratic Party leadership, I wouldn't say that they're panicking, but are not convinced that Biden can do it. And
they were panicked before, Bill. Yes. I mean, that's what's crazy is that they were panicked before, and now Exactly. And so and the polls weren't even that bad
That's right.
before.
That's right. That's
So
right.
imagine what they're thinking now. But of
Right.
course, Israel comes first.
Yeah. And look, I mean, when we look at the last several elections, that's why I don't pay much attention to polls.
Mhm.
Last time I checked, I think in 2022, it was supposed to be a red wave.
Right. Ooh.
2020 was supposed to be a blue wave. I mean, it's like, so I think I'm saying all this not to be Pollyannish, but to
Mhm.
basically say, take a deep breath, and now let's talk strategy. And I had to have that discussion with a friend of mine recently who, people call me all the time. I said to my wife the other day, I think I'm going to say, don't call me if you want to vent. Only call me if you want to strategize.
Mm.
Because I'm not, it's like people calling me, oh, the world. My mother, almost 96 years old, wonderful person. But she'll call me and just, the world is ending, Bill. What are we going to do? And I said, well, Mom, let's talk strategy.
What's going on, Frantifa? If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that button. And also, you can become a patron and support the show every single week. Get access to bonus episodes and exclusive merchandise. Patreon.com/bitchuation room. Do it.